Hi, we're Team 4, Nathan Strumfeld and Emily Gann, and our project is Social Seeds, Growing Communities Through Gardening. So our platform aims to streamline the process of designing a garden and choosing and ordering plants well suited for a specific location. And our approach to design was based on the principles of permaculture, which is a system of design based on patterns found in nature. And there's a lot of resources out there on permaculture, but for those unfamiliar, we also wanted to provide some resources and education on our site. We also wanted to facilitate community engagement by allowing people to start community projects or get involved in existing community projects in their area to volunteer. So we started with 6 exploratory interviews to assess the needs, beliefs, and attitudes of gardeners. Then we conducted an open card sort with optimal sort to inform our information architecture and build a sitemap. And we used this data to create a lo-fi Acture prototype, which we tested with 5 users. And the feedback from this helped us make improvements and create a hi-fi prototype, which we tested with 5 additional users. And finally, we compiled all this data into a report and took note of key insights and future recommendations. So after our interviews, we started by creating an affinity diagram with stormboard.com. And this helped us distill our data and pick out the important points like negative and positive aspects of gardening. And most importantly, we found that people indicated that a design tool like we were describing would be really helpful for gardeners. So we felt we were on the right track. Many people loved gardening, but it seemed that picking out plants and designing a space took a lot of effort, and they were going to a lot of different places to get this information. So we felt there was an opportunity there. So once we finished our open card sort, we looked at the similarity matrix and dendrogram, and you can see there on the left the similarity matrix and the 4 categories we settled on. And then we created a sitemap, which you can see on the right, which has all the categories and cards from our card sort, and we used this to build our lo-fi prototype. So we created this prototype in Acture and tested it with 5 users. And the main thing we discovered was there was some confusion with the navigation. For both tasks, 1 and 2 users were sort of struggling on where to start. And we also noticed some minor issues. So we reworked the information architecture a bit, took out an extra step, and combined it with a previous screen. And then we added a confirmation screen before the payment was submitted for task 1. And we used this to create a hi-fi design, and with the addition of some style, color, and real content. Instead of lorem ipsum text, we added real content, and then we also put real pictures in it. And this was tested with 5 users, which gave us some additional positive and negative feedback on our design. And here you can see on the left the lo-fi prototype, and then the same screens on the right in the hi-fi prototype. So you can see the color and style and images there, and some sketches where we started out on the top there. So based on all the information we gathered, we came up with a few key points. If we were to continue this project, we'd like to explore more. And one thing is we found the visuals and descriptions were very important. Users really reacted to this, and they were intrigued by it, and they read the copy, and it seemed to help inform them what was going on. And one user particularly said he wanted to see an image of his finished design that looked more realistic and everything, so he could visualize it. Several users tried to customize the design right away. They were trying to change quantities and move things around, and so we felt this flexibility and customization was was really important. One user commented that he thought it would be really cool to integrate the idea of community and design, and they were separate in our prototype. We had talked about integrating them more, and so we thought it was interesting he brought this up too. And so we'd like to explore that more. Like if somebody creates a design, they can also get involved with community at the same time. And another thing we found, users still seemed a little bit confused with the navigation and had some varying ideas on where things should go in the navigation. So we'd like to get a bigger pool of participants for a card sort and explore the navigation more, because it's a really important aspect of the site. So that's it for our presentation. Thanks a lot for viewing, and have a great Thanksgiving.